getting better and better and better. And I'm going to try my best to finish this up. But normally I'd crack open a beer, but since it's kind of cliche, so I figured I'd finish up this bottle of Mountain Drive. Yes, Hy-Vee's generic equivalent of Mountain Dew. So, it tastes like Mountain Dew, but whatever. But yeah, before I forget. Okay. Alright, let's get started. Pretty much after probation fees were paid off and everything, I was like, woo, party! And yeah, apparently I decided to get drunk at my own house because it was also Monday and used to watch both Raw and Nitro. I had a bunch of television monitors at the time, right? And then all of a sudden something irked me. I don't know why, but it was some sports team that I got tired of hearing. And at the time it was actually not really a local, but it was more like one of the national teams, and I will not name names, but actually I'm going to name it. Yeah. Let's just say you can't spell the name without tits, and it definitely has an L in it. I'll let you think about that for a minute. But yeah. Also, and I got tired of it, and for some reason I went to my friend Bob's house, not my husband Bob, but the other Bob, who's no longer with us because he lived right next door to me, and grabbed a can of, I'm assuming it was either gas or kerosene. And I had that sports team's jersey. I decided to douse just a little, in the flammable liquid and set it ablaze, because, we don't need to watch the motherfucker burn. Well, needless to say, that kind of went a little out of control. And here I am panicking, and I had to call the fire department and everything, and burn my backyard, and this is where things got really, really, really bad. The backyard is where the gas main was. Oh yeah. And then the police came and everything else, and needless to say, the podunk repair shop, which was right next to the house, kind of got on me because I think I destroyed his precious little Mustang, which was already stripped out anyway, and a couple other things, I can't remember what. I think it was a Cavalier, but like I said, that was so long ago. And I ended up sitting in the back seat of a police car for about 20 minutes. And when you're as fat as me, it's not comfortable. And yeah. And my landlady came. She wanted to know what was up. And wanted rent money. Because she was the type that's like, oh, you get paid on Friday, give me rent money. It's like, chick, I gave you the rent money first of the month. But you know how they are, they want money. But after about 20 or so minutes, I got let out of the car. Because apparently the guy with the stripped out Mustang Cavalier wasn't going to press charges, but I ended up getting charged with a reckless burning. Oh yeah. Reckless burning, not fun. Just slightly below arson. But this is where things get even worse, because, I didn't even get to watch Raw that night, or wrestling, whatever. I was just more or less, what the fuck did I just do this time? Here I am, my mind is going 1,600,000 miles an hour. So, unfortunately, needless to say, I had to go see my probation officer. She came up to me, because after I signed in, it's like, what the hell are you doing here? And I explained, politely, and truthfully, you told me to see you when I had to deal with the cops. And I had to deal with the cops. And I explained everything, and then she was not happy. We're going to have to revoke your probation. Whatever. A couple words were said, kind of words, not anything bad. I left, and then 2 days later, I get a note from the sheriff. Demanding, not requesting, but demanding, because they want me to stay at Hotel Montgomery for the night. So, here I am, I had to call an attorney, which I did after I left the probation office. I'm like, what do you need now, Psych? And he was working and seeing what could have been done. So that night after work, because I worked 7 to 3, I think it was like a week later. I can't remember. Like I said, everything was still fuzzy, or is getting fuzzy because I'm getting old. And speaking of fuzzy, so that was that. And needless to say, I mean, I go to the jail. Of course, I had somebody with me because I didn't want to leave my car and everything. And then it's like I get in, fingerprinted mugshot, which you're not going to see the mugshots because this was the time when they literally take the video camera, pause the tape, and put it on the computer. That was old. So those mugshots are probably long gone, which was good because I look like shit anyway. And yeah, spent some time there, dealing with some interesting people, and then next thing you know, I get called. Family had bond, 10%, so it was only $100 over $1,000. But point is, it's like reckless burning was not fun. And then after all was said and done again, going home, I had to get everything together because I had court next week. And this is where things were getting very interesting. I mean, I was about ready to throw myself on the judge, like, well, not really, but more or less, I fucked up, Your Honor. Throw the book at me. But no. They agreed that, yes, I paid on my probation fees. I stayed out of trouble until that one time. The idiot who owned that shop didn't want to press charges. So my attorneys were like, let's just put this under the bridge. And then they said, but then the judge looked at me and was like, Mr. Chambers, I'm ready to let you go, but if it was up to me, you'd have to apologize to the football players whose jersey you bumped. It's like, if I could, I would. In fact, I would actually serve lunch. So that was that. They all had a laugh, ha ha ha, my expense, and everything else. So, yeah. And this all started after I attempted to steal a VCR. So, that story's done. Thankfully, that was the only time I had to deal with jail and everything. Traffic tickets, last traffic ticket was that one from last year where I supposedly ran that red light, which they still haven't gotten, and they're never going to get. So, but that one, me stealing, shoplifting, probation, burning, everything else, it's buried. It's buried like one of the many demons that's in the backyard that Travis is fighting. So, that's that. Hope you enjoyed the story, and if you didn't, well, you know what? I don't care. I tell stories because I want to be interesting. And if I'm not interesting, well then, there's somebody else that could be more interesting on YouTube. So, till next time, wherever it is, unless you thanks for watching, Hotbox Open.